Welcome to another tech video. Today we are going back in time. So without further ado, let's get started. So what we are looking at here is an ancient Samsung device. Let's have a look at the connectivity around it. So we've got a VGA port there, power input there. We've got a LAN port, RJ45 port. We've got a modem port, and we've got what looks like a Firewire port 1394. We've got a microphone out in. We've got a headphone in. And we've got a PCMIA slot, which there's nothing in there. On the front of the device, we've got a mangled SD card slot in there. We've got our screen release, and on this side, we've got a wireless switch on-off. We've got a USB 2 Type A port. We've got, looks like a TV out or a screen out. Not sure what type of connector that is, but some sort of DIN plug. And then we've got a DVD drive there. We've got two more USB 2 ports, and we've got, I have no idea what sort of port that is. Let's just have a look on the top of it. So if you recognise that symbol, then leave us a comment below. I'd love to know what that is. It looks like some sort of mini USB slot, although I'm not entirely sure myself. And then underneath, we've got our docking slot. We've got our battery status indicator that tells us whether it's any good or not, how charged it is. And then here, I guess this is a hinge where it says hinge. And again here, hinge. First time I've ever seen that. That is pretty much it. So without further ado, this obviously runs Windows XP. So we're going to have a look at this today. So this, as you can see, is an extremely old laptop. I'm not sure what the specification of it is, but we're going to see if we can get Windows 10 to install and run on it today. So let's open it up. Wow, okay, so this is going to be really slow. So it's a Centrino Dua processor. Not sure how much memory is in it. Not sure what the disk is in it, but we're going to see if we can have a look at it today to see if we can get this upgraded. So our customer wants to make use of it, even though we've told them that it will be so slow, even with you know, the correct amount of memory in it, and also the potentially an SSD drive. So we're going to have a look to see if we can get this sorted out. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have a look and see what memory we've got in here, and see if we've got any spare that we can put in to upgrade it. Okay, so that battery is probably going to need replacing. PC2, so this is DDR2 memory, and we've got 2 gig there, and we've got 512 there. So I'm fairly sure I haven't got any DDR2. So let me have a look. But let's pop that in there. I think I'm probably going to end up telling them that it's not worth upgrading this. Let's now have a look at the hard drive. Okay, that is a problem. So that hard drive screw is just turning. So let's see if we can get it out. Nope. They've tried to get in here before, but this screw is completely stripped, so I'm not sure how we're going to get that out. Nope, just about get it turning. So we'll have to replace that screw because... So we have got IDE drive here, so we're not going to be able to put an SSD drive in here, not without some sort of converter, of which we're not going to be able to fit in there. So I think this one is beyond an upgrade. Okay, so unfortunately, because this is an IDE drive, we are not going to be able to have we're not going to get a converter for it. So we're just going to put all this back together and we're going to go back to our client. Actually, it's too old to upgrade, unfortunately. Which is a shame, but there we go. That is just unfortunate. That's going to have to go to the tip. I am going to take this back out. Like that. And I'm going to see if we can rescue the client's data off there. So we take our IDE drive, we're going to unclip that. I'm going to leave the everything connected at the moment. Right, and to extract the data from this drive, we're going to be using this Fideco IDE and SATA converter. So what we're going to do is we want to connect in our drive using the correct adapter. So I'm going to remove that and get this one inserted, making sure all the pins go in correctly into the right holes. Like that. We're going to take the power cable, that gets plugged in, and then we're going to take the USB Type A cable, and that's going to plug into the PC over here. And as you can see, that's now reading the drive, so let's have a look to see if it recognizes it. Okay, so it does. There we go. So we've got our drive now visible here. So we want to go into, I think in this one is Documents and Settings. Okay, wow, there's a whole load of stuff in here. So let's have a look for the most recent one. 2013. Let's see if we can get into that folder. And as we can see here, we're still reading the contents. What it's doing here is going through and setting the permissions so that we can then go in and view the data. Once we can get in and view the data, we can then copy it and move it off. Okay, so now we can actually get into the system itself. There's nothing installed on there. We've got anything in the documents, which we do. Pictures, okay, lots of pictures in there. So these are the stuff that he wants to keep. So we're going to go in and we're just going to copy that one My Documents folder. And I'm just going to store this locally for now. Create a new folder. We're going to call this Backup. And then we're going to copy, paste the data in there. Through the transfer rate from an IDE drive here, 25 megabytes a second. Okay, so there we go. That's the first lot of data copied in. Now we want to go back to our D drive again. And we will have a look. So we've done the 2013. Let's have a look to see if we can there's any other data anywhere else. And again, we're going to go into each of these user folders and copy out the data. Okay, that is everything now copied off. So if we go to our documents folder, we go to our backup, this is all of the data that we've managed to extract. We've got all of these photos in there combined into one place. And that is now complete, so we can unplug everything. There we go. We can now disconnect the drive like that. I'm not going to put the drive back in the computer, because what we want to do is we want to give this back to him so that he can dispose of it and destroy the drive, so that none of his personal data is found at all. But we are going to put the covers back on, and that is this job completed. So what we thought was going to be a nice little upgrade option, actually because of IDE and DDR2, it's not possible to upgrade this laptop to anything other than keeping the hardware as it is. Can potentially look to change things slightly, get some DDR2 memory off eBay or somewhere, but it's just not worth spending the money on it. So what we've done is we've done a data recovery, and that was all saved to the USB drive. So that'll then now go off to our customer, so at least he's got all his photos. So if you found that video useful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I just want to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.